I've been searching everywhere for a picture of this art print from my childhood. It started with a dream I had where I was wandering around Buckingham Square Mall, which was a mall that I went to all the time in the 80s and 90s when I was a kid. I enjoy reading about people's mall world dreams, and I also dream about malls quite a bit. Usually the malls in my dreams resemble one of the several malls I frequented as a kid, and Buckingham appears a lot. We were always going to the mall just to wander around, especially in the summer because of the air conditioning. Anyway, in my dream I went to this restaurant that was in the mall called Round the Corner. Round the Corner was a chain all around the Denver metro area at the time, and they were known for their brown phones that you used to order. Even though I loved the phones, I was more drawn to these prints they had on the wall. In my dream, I was walking through Buckingham and happened to stumble upon the old Round the Corner after it had permanently closed. When I went in, I found a pile of old decor containing the prints. After I woke up, I was inspired to try to find pictures of those prints. After my initial search didn't yield any results, I went to a former Round the Corner employee Facebook page and asked if anyone had any interior pictures, and I asked on Reddit, and I even reached out to Good Times, which is the restaurant that owned Round the Corner before they closed. Unfortunately, nobody had anything. I was really hoping to just be able to catch another glimpse of them so I could maybe recreate them. Or, in a perfect world, find one on eBay, even though I don't know if people get lucky like that anymore. So I decided to draw my recollection of the print I remember most, which was a pop art style with a large head speaking into the phone and tiny waiters coming out of the receiver. There were other prints in the series too, but I don't remember those quite as much. I just know they follow the same motif with tiny waiters in larger restaurant settings. I've always loved reading through newspapers and newspaper archives, and I found this amazing website, Plains to Peaks Historic Newspapers. They have a ton of newspapers archived from Colorado and Wyoming, dating all the way back to the 1800s. So I decided to search for Round the Corner to see what I might be able to find. The first thing I found was information on the merger with Good Times, which actually happened a lot earlier than I remembered. Good Times is still around today, and they actually have a burger that tastes a lot like Round the Corner's jalapeno poppers, which were the first jalapeno poppers that I ever tried. Anyway, I also found this article from 1999, which was toward the end of Round the Corner's life. There was only one left, which actually happened to be in Buckingham Square. Behind the manager, you can see a couple of prints on the wall, but unfortunately with the quality of the picture, you can't make out any details. I do think there's a chance these could be those prints. That article ended up being the closest I came to finding a picture of one of the prints, but I ended up having a lot of fun perusing the old Round the Corner ads as well as the surrounding ads and articles. It's easy to forget how prolific newspapers were. Daily and weekly local newspapers in particular were super valuable not only for international and national news, but for connecting people with their communities. So it was very important for local restaurants and businesses to utilize newspapers to get the word out, and Round the Corner did a ton of print advertising through the 70s and 80s. Something interesting I noticed is that rather than advertising their menu, these were advertising employment. Though most were geared toward young people, there were a couple that were geared toward moms as well. I really appreciated all the cute little animations in these ads. While there were pages and pages of ads from over the years, I couldn't find too many articles about Round the Corner. But I did finally find an article that noted the marketing agency that they used. So this led to another search in hopes of finding that agency. I wanted to see if they were still active, and if by any chance they were, if they happened to have any photos of the art from old campaigns. Or even if they had any old pictures in their files at all from the interior. Well, I did find an active website. Unfortunately, the contact features did not work, and when I found another email address, it was returned. Even though I didn't have much luck solving my mystery, I did enjoy some more time looking through the newspaper. I looked through the entertainment section, which had all of the restaurants listed by type and their area around town, so people could plan nights out before Google. Managers of stores and restaurants were often pictured and named and much more accessible back then. I also found an ad for Around the Corner and a calendar of events from Southwest Plaza Mall, which was another staple mall from my childhood. It is currently still open in Littleton, Colorado, though unfortunately I don't think it's thriving. These pictures are from 1993 when I went to see Mickey's Toontown Tour at Southwest Plaza. We probably ate at Round the Corner that day. From there, I found myself in my favorite part of the newspaper, which is the classifieds. The classifieds were, of course, for finding jobs and housing and cars, but really you could find pretty much anything. The classifieds kind of have the same energy as malls, where they were places of commerce, but they were also places that just showed a little bit of a slice of the overall community, and I think that's why I like them so much. Along with their cartoon ads, Round the Corner had a bunch of just plain job ads that they ran. And I even found this ad for an auction of their old equipment once they started going downhill. There's always something that catches your eye in the classifieds, so I could and did spend a long time combing those over while I was making this video. Even though I didn't find the print picture like I had hoped, I still had so much fun just going over old newspapers and thinking about malls and Round the Corner, which are my two favorite hobbies. And it did inspire me on an art project, which will be in the next videos, so I hope you come back for that.